Ani dende sunzanda tari penanga gidwalaya ta weekend dig nanolaya ta chuji heche. Ani dege chenabalayang ti message la tais pento chungre sambi ngarang la reva dang ani yichi yes.
So also then from, I have a definite, hope, but also a belief that that this, teaching that I can offer you this weekend can be of some help for you, some benefit in your life.
And then this home danda ji jedang ya ta chu se ti ta de so bangbo chenye je nyen bi dön de ren do ge mdo ta chwe ba ji phagi semba tang ni ko ta chwe ba den do je ani dini gom je ani gom bi driven da de ngarang na lap je ani den pen to ko na de yen da la pha lop yan da jedang ge ta ji phagi nang ba no ro dong do ji den de si re.
And so the general way that these kind of teachings work within Buddhism is that first you have to hear these teachings. You have to listen to someone explain these teachings. And then you have to really make a kind of decision about that, whether you think that's true or not. If you think it's true, then you put it into practice in meditation. And then once you've gained the real wholesome or positive results of that meditation, then you can know that it's helpful for you. You experience that for yourself, and you can offer that as something helpful for others.
And that ngarang la ma pengen ji ta yendal pengre se hiena and ti ka ge den de hiena ko pa no ne ji so ji kemo da we show do.
And so if it's something that hasn't benefited me, but I'm going to say to others that it's going to help you, then it's like I'm just saying it in my mouth, but I'm laughing at myself inside.
Tadi was a chagado, and the son dan ngaraya metitang jegi tonia, lobjung cheni, ya, lobju into that someone as a hako yo. And the Garai, Jigazing Hama, Shuji, Soso, Yamle, J. Mata de Gabdawala, Pashiaga in a yantic, Muni, Soso J. Canon, Kemoshong, or which Chagio, Captedilla. That days to suit the Chachi, that Yamlanda Jia, Kokop days around the Galatinity, Muni Pemba J. Hako on the Tenichi, the drama, Narala, Ichi, Yendala, Patena, and that the Pengere, Sambi, Chichida, and Semchine, Lo Papa the Jibitogoni, she took door.
And so I have experienced this because, there were times when I was still studying and I didn't really know this kind of material all that well. If I would try and explain it to others, I would kind of laugh at myself because I didn't even have the real experience for myself. But then at other times later, when I actually did get the time to put some of this into practice in meditation and really start to feel the benefit for myself, then I started to have a real belief in the practice, a belief in myself, a real trust of myself, and a trust of knowing, a belief of knowing that if I were to explain it to others, that they would also be benefited from it. And so that really brings a different type of belief in and a different kind of confidence to explain it to other people.
La so an tang da dena zo da xie de ni ga de xi ge se tang so dang bo ye so su ge sem ba de da ji yan da la yang da mong bo ji la pen de ge pen to ba ji zo ge yin da san bi ge dang jia sem ba zong bo ji jie ba yin no ani nga so Go Tambo Tsudini, Langati Noyo Mare, and Langati Tata and Rogiore, then Mugilaya Tenendore, Tamin Rivete at the Richi, Mingres, so teaching yours.
And so the first and kind of primary thing that I'm trying to say here is that if we begin all of this and if we keep as our intention through all of this, the intention to listen and put into practice these kind of meditative instructions, not only to benefit ourselves, but with a hope that this can somehow rub off, that this can somehow be beneficial to others, and have some benefit more vast than only for ourselves. And keep that as a kind of altruistic intention throughout these teachings, then it will be an unerring, an unmistaken and correct kind of way to begin the path that will carry through our kind of main practice of the path, and it will ripen into a result which is in accordance with that kind of altruistic intention, that we will have a genuine result that will be helpful for ourselves and others. Lesson.
Digi tola te saji gomba yubi kanza jing la tendida u chaki yore singenda ta tenda u hunan digmendo la so jing ni mataba
kare chagure
ta ji kasere kanga karina ya ji yongke yandronge embo meva rebala tende ji ta ji dari he maso yang te tada ma he na diksarela de tata machine dixare la so ya ta tendis cheni ta nga so pe semba zambo chi che cheni ta nge ge yang che ani chena ba ge nye ani tendis che che cheruna sta jugdu te is.
And so anyway, to conclude what I've been saying here, as we're moving forward here, with you listening and me speaking, let's keep as our keep an altruistic intention throughout these teachings, and I'm going to keep that as I'm explaining, and you keep that as you're listening, that we're doing this, to be helpful for others. That's
so yeah, then they don't let the taji Kaduna ta mula party some tangore sage they hear the yorba that they hear the any tachi round carre sage that travat in the young dikidua. Narang some kind of tangore singing out. And this home galata, chi mulla pengenchina, take round pendiores, this sembatic. Takache sembatic la tenchini dig mulla pentu chuputona, narang the dinyam de yo kanda which is.
And so sometimes the question comes up, the kind of doubt comes up, that if you're telling me that I should always kind of be concerned with the needs of others, that I should always be considering the needs of others and the situation of others, then what's going to happen to me? Shouldn't I be thinking of my own needs and so forth? Shouldn't I be thinking of myself? And so, if you're a person who is genuinely, keeping as an intention, that may it be helpful for others, and doing things with the wish to be helpful for others, then that thought itself, that intention itself is very beneficial to you. That thought itself is helping you. It is a mind which helps you.
Mm-hmm. Laso dangin namjun shedeva nanjin chene samba zangna sadang lamyang zang samba ngena sadang lamyang nge tamje samba zangla rali pi tad samba zangla ne denzu singen namjuni shedigi yus.
So there's a quote that I often recite here at the beginning of teachings, which says that if your intention is good, then the place that you are is good and the path that you traverse is good. If your intention is bad, then the path that you traverse will be bad and the place that you arrive to will be bad. And since everything relies upon the goodness of your intention, you should make efforts to generate such a wholesome and good intention.
Could make up on a chipa, double yore ten ta on the union, Kali dela yawa chano yours. Anti Kaduna chico sembangemba, leka dogon do shada che ding tama jigin ribu gnalola anite che yawo jingu mares that taste some yours.
And the point of this this quotation is that if you're a person who is always maintaining a good intention, a good motivation, and always doing good works driven by that motivation, then not only in your immediate circumstances will you have a pleasant and joyful circumstance as a result of that good attitude and those good actions that you do, but ultimately they will also lead you into good and fortunate circumstances in the future. And conversely, if you're someone who is always working or developing this or maintaining a negative attitude and doing negative actions that are driven by that negative attitude, then you're not only going to be unhappy in the immediate sense, like in your present state of mind, but also those kind of thoughts and actions are only going to lead to further difficult situations in the future.